Ah, yes, the Majora's Mask playthrough. Your #1 source for transformations, I guess. So I don't really know. Were you able to recover the precious item? Ho, you got it! I'm gonna spawn a gigantic piano! Whatever the hell this thing is. I'm not very musically inclined. I guess it's a piano. I hope it's a piano. Ugh. Certainly doesn't sound like a harpsichord, anyway. So yeah, whip out your big-ass pipes. Screw up majorly. Let's try this again. This Song of Healing is going to be another recurring theme in this game. This game does have quite a few recurring themes, but this one's, I think, is one of the more prominent ones. The Song of Healing, the whole game has kind of a theme of healing things, and yeah. You'll notice the blurry ground again, but not as bad as the ocarina. I'm sorry, the ocarina falling out of the Skull Kid's hands is unbelievably blurry. But anyway. And like I said, that could have been fixed. It's an N64, but you can obviously have nicer textures than that. I mean, just swap out the texture for that one scene, then put it back to normal normally. Wouldn't have been a problem. But anyway, now it's time for us to give the happy mask salesman the Majora's Mask. Yeah, I knew I forgot something. You know, your instructions were so complicated. Oh my god, now he's shaking me. That was the weirdest Zelda scene ever. Somebody pick Link up and shake him like a friggin' doll. So yeah, this is Majora's Mask, if you've not guessed yet. Even though I've said it like 80 times. And there's another nice shot of the moon's nostrils. According to legend, the troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great that it caused a big ring of fire. The Ancient Ones, fearing such catastrophe, sealed the mask in shadow forever, preventing its misuse. But now that tribe from the legend has vanished, so no one really knows the true nature of the mask's power. Backstory. But I feel it. I went to great lengths to get that legendary mask. When I finally had it, I could sense the doom of a dark omen brewing, and I'm gonna stop reading now. 'Cause, yeah, you can read. Don't lie, you're on YouTube, you can read. If I'm jumping through the text too fast for you, I'm sorry, but I'm actually quite a fast reader. Yeah. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, there's the regular ocarina. And this is the inverted Song of Time, which, when you play it, slows down time to half its normal speed. Unfortunately, it does not work in this building. You'll notice there's no clock when you go in here. For some reason, time just kind of stops when you go in there. But everywhere else in the game, it's moving, and everywhere else in the game, the inverted Song of Time will work to slow the flow of time. So anyway, this is our Navi wannabe telling us there are 4 areas outside this town which we must visit after playing the inverted Song of Time again. And yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I just turbo moded through that because you don't want to hear it again. Anyway, I guess now that we're a human again, we can resume our quest. It is dawn of the first day again, so we no longer have control of that flower back there. But yeah, before we head on to the first dungeon, there are quite a few things we still have to do. Some of these are things that you are actually expected to do quite early. There's a few masks I want to get right off the bat because they will make the first dungeon a lot easier. So I won't be going to the first dungeon until Well, I'm gonna do this cycle anyway. I'm gonna do this cycle just collecting some masks and doing a few side quests, and then next cycle I'll go to the actual first dungeon. A cycle being 3 days in the game, you know. But anyway, for now, it's time to play hide and seek again. You'll remember last time they wouldn't let us play. They wouldn't let us be a member of the Bombers because we were a Deku Scrub. Now that we're not a Deku Scrub, let's become a member of the Bombers. We already know the code, but, you know, maybe there's some other benefits, aside from the fact that we're twice as tall as them. Which brings into account, or, you know, just how tiny these kids really are. But oh well. I mean, really, you thought Link was short. I always thought he was pretty short. Yeah, you'll see this is a big slide. You can actually walk up the slide, but it's kind of hard, so I'm just gonna do it the lame way. Probably the way you're intended to do it. If the camera would cooperate. If the camera would cooperate. Yeah, I'm sorry to talk about Twilight Princess, but I really have to say, Twilight Princess... Ugh. One thing that I never got about Twilight Princess that no one seems to notice except me is that they completely ruined the camera. I mean, it's I still think better than this game, though not by a whole lot. But I really does beg the question, why is the camera so perfect in the Wind Waker and then so much worse in Twilight Princess? Like, they made it so that when you unlock the camera with the C-stick, it jumps back to behind you anytime you target an enemy. Why does it do that? What's the point? It was so perfect in the Wind Waker, and then it's so broken in that game. I just hurt that Cuckoo just by rolling into it. And that's another thing I've never gotten about Zelda. Why are the chickens called Cuckoos or Cuckoos or whatever? Seriously? I don't get it. They're like a mixture of roosters and chickens, although you'll see in this game they are referred to as roosters several times. Which is really weird. But anyway, catch this guy who was trying to hide in a friggin' whatever the hell that place is called. Teleport area. I actually have managed to get the bombers stuck in places where you physically cannot go. Like stuck inside doorways and stuff. They're kind of glitchy, and frankly the fact that you have to play hide and seek with them twice really gets on my nerves. Especially since it takes pretty much a whole part of this playthrough just to do that. But anyway. As far as original themes in this game that are quite good, I think Clock Town is definitely one of the better ones. I mean, right now it just sounds normal, really. But you'll notice it actually the song actually changes depending on what day it is. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, let's just grab this last guy. Who actually won't let us catch him unless we catch him as a human. But now that we... yeah, we have to actually leave a little bit, wait for him to forget about us, and then walk back. Nice. Fag Balls, huh? Yep, yeah, I'm Fag Balls, and I'd like to join the Bombers today. And what do you know, I actually did get a new item. The Bomber's Notebook, which is not all that useful because I've already beaten the game so many times I never really have to look at it. But if you're playing the game the first time through, it helps you keep track of side quests and such, which is pretty handy, to be fair. So the code is, once again, 43512, and it's written down in the notebook, so you can check it when you pause the game. Anyway, see you in part 7.